Hello everyone and welcome to the studios here at Culpeper Media Network. My name is Jonathan Krawczyk, Station Manager, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to another episode of the Recreation Rundown with Culpeper County Parks and Recreation. Joining us as always is the one, the only, the legend, Programs and Facilities Supervisor, Ms. Tabitha Riley. Tabitha, how are you today?
I'm doing fabulous.
Now, there's every single time we open the show, we always say there's a lot going on because there is always a lot going on. We've talked about programs in the past, but I want to see where we are now. That's where we like to start, is how things have been going. What are some things that, what are some programs or events that you could call a success story in the past? What's been going on lately?
Well, like you said, it's hopping. So we are really busy. Outside events, so the Culpeper Triathlon just happened this past weekend. That is actually hosted by a business called Kinetic Multisports. They've been doing it here in Culpeper since 2005, I believe. Off and on, had to break a couple years for COVID and whatnot. But they had over 400 participants this past weekend.
You know, it is great to have them back. And you said 400 participants? A little birdie told me that I think there were over, 10 states represented?
11 different states.
11 different states?
Plus DC, so 11 states plus one territory. So if you want to get super technical.
True,
yeah.
True.
So, but had a great event, good weather for it. So everybody had a great time there. The Culpeper Recreation Foundation, our nonprofit arm, they hosted a fundraising gala late July to raise funds to help with financial assistance for the Fieldhouse, for membership fees, for program fees, so that we can provide those scholarships and any financial assistance that anybody in the county needs to be able to participate in either programs or have a membership to the Fieldhouse.
Now that was at Old House, was it?
Correct.
So how was the event? How was the turnout?
It was very good turnout. I don't have a final number on what was raised yet, but I've heard that we're doing decently. So a couple big sponsors came out and agreed to pledge a substantial amount for over the next 5 years. So that'll definitely help with making all of our classes. We operate on a break-even basis. The facility is going to operate on a break-even basis. But sometimes even those costs are still too much for certain families. So this is really going to help bridge that gap and help those families that just need a little bit of extra support.
Yeah, and one of the things we talked about with the Fieldhouse and the programs is we want accessibility for as many persons as possible.
Correct.
And this is just one other way to do that.
Correct.
Well, nice. I love the fact that there's a lot of things going on, again, out in the community, forming those partnerships.
Yeah.
It's nice to have the triathlon back. And actually, the triathlon, this was the first triathlon held after the changeover from the park.
Correct.
So,
yeah. So yeah, it was Park Services had the park in tip-top shape. Did have a couple trees down because we had a storm blow through. What was it? Wednesday, Thursday last week.
Yeah.
So did have a couple trees down, but staff got the areas cleaned up and safe for everybody. They were out of the way, so it didn't impact the event at all.
Joe knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
So a lot of the programs that we've talked about in the past are kind of, we are looking towards the end of summer. Here we are in August.
Correct.
Some of the summer programs are winding down. But again, as some of those programs that are going away, there's a lot more coming down.
Correct.
What are some of the programs that we're kind of tailing off with?
So most of our summer camps are finishing up, are completely done. Miss Samantha, she had a great time with her water and art play camp. Had a great turnout, 10, 12 kids on that one. And swim lessons, we're on our final week of swim lessons. Thankfully, we only had to have one makeup so far this session. Weather's cooperated, pool temperature's been really good, so kids have had a great time. That's been a great partnership with the Culpeper Recreation Club. Got to get all my recreation places, the names right.
Well, hey, that's the thing. When you work with so many of these community organizations, there's just, you got to keep track of them.
Exactly.
But there's so many of them.
There's so many of them. So that's going really good. Miss Samantha finished up her piano lessons, so she was offering free piano lessons this summer. We had 4 different classes that went. This summer, participants still had to bring a keyboard of their own. She currently has on order keyboards for the fall, thanks to Culpeper Palooza.
Yes.
So those funds are being spent. We've got violins on order, pianos on order, and I believe guitars as well. So we will be offering those classes at either a free or reduced charge. The violin and piano, there is going to be a deposit because the kids are going to get to take the instruments home, so just in case, and to make sure we get them all back. But yeah, it's going to be very affordable for a 6-week program to learn how to play piano, violin, guitar.
You know, I know that Aubrey Driggers and the entire staff that put together Culpeper Palooza are just over the moon with not only the amount of money the community raised, but also that it's immediately going into
Absolutely.
action. I mean, here we are. I mean, the event was just this past early summer, right?
April.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's late spring.
Yeah, late spring.
Late spring, and here we are talking about how those funds are being incorporated into the community. I love it. It's fantastic.
So that's finishing up and then getting ready to start. Piano lessons, we're going to be at BIE Day this Friday. So we'll have a booth there. I know this is going to get aired after that, but hopefully people will stop by and see us. Or will have stopped by and saw us.
Well, you had a great time at BIE Day, didn't you? Oh, it was
well,
fantastic.
Samantha and Holly are going to be going. They're going to be operating the booth. You'll actually get to meet Holly here shortly.
I'm excited.
So yeah, it's been hopping. Summer's been busy this year. So.
Well, I you know, it's great. We're kind of, I guess, getting back into the swing of things. Obviously, a couple years, you know exactly why the reason. And here we are getting back into the swing of things. The community is coming out and taking part in these programs and activities. And it's nice to see more and more people take advantage of this opportunity.
Right. Wow. So it's fabulous. And then coming up, fall's getting ready to start.
Yeah, we got to run down the offerings because you know,
I know.
The name of the show.
Exactly, the rundown. So the Culpeper Quarterly is scheduled to be mailed out Friday, August 12th. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Monday. If you don't get it, it's supposed to go to every post office box and mailbox in the town and county of Culpeper. If you don't get it, ask your mail carrier where it's at. Let us know.
Now, if I'm going to let you know, be a good time to mention contacts. How do I get in contact with you? Like, if I don't get my Culpeper
If you don't get it, you can either email me directly at triley@culpepercounty.gov or just send it to our general mailbox, which is Parks, P-A-R-K-S, at Culpeper County, all spelled out, .gov. And it should be at the bottom of the screen, right?
It is, right now. There it is. See right there.
Awesome. The magic of TV.
It's beautiful.
Yes. So yeah, if you don't get it, let us know. We'll double check, make sure the address is on. If you're outside of Culpeper, you can pick up a hard copy. We set them out around town. The library has them. We have them in the treasurer's office. It's also available for download off our website and off our Facebook page. So no reason not to peruse it. It'll also have links. The digital version has links directly to the registration page, but Samantha has really done a great job getting some new programs going this fall.
You know, I think we've mentioned Samantha a couple of times. I mean, first off, she did the water and art camp. Then she's teaching piano.
Correct.
And she's doing that. We need to have her back in studio again.
So she may have to be here next month.
She might have to be a featured guest.
Yes.
She does it all.
Yeah, she does. She's very versatile, great with the public. She's just got a great personality.
Yeah,
and
she's just
very, very creative.
No.
So we're very fortunate to have been able to hire her as staff. But some of the programs that she's come up with is working with State Climb, so another partnership. Big and little aerial silks. Silks. So kind of the aerial with the ribbon.
They like kind of twist on the ribbon?
Yeah, with the big ribbon hanging down from a framework. And
wait, this is one of your programs?
It's kind of like a Mommy and Me, Daddy and Me program. Yep.
Okay.
So that's going to be really fun. I want to go. Granted, I may have to steal a niece or someone else's kid, but because I doubt if they'll let me bring my dog. I don't think my dog would want to participate.
If you do, just let me know because I have to take the camera out.
There you go. So, but that's going to be an awesome program. Culpeper Youth Rugby is doing their free rugby clinic again in November. It's a 2-hour workshop, introduction to rugby. Chairman Gary Deal from the Board of Supervisors is doing his tennis clinic again. He will need volunteers. So if anybody plays tennis, and would like to help teach, please contact us. We also, Culpeper Warriors Wrestling is doing their clinic again. It's a small charge for that one. Gingerbread workshop, Nuno felted scarf.
Nuno felted scarf.
So you take a silk scarf and
Okay.
you take wool and get the wool wet, and then you just rub and rub and rub and rub, and it melds with the silk, and it comes out, and you can't really guarantee what the pattern looks like, but it's really awesome. It's really fun and cool.
Okay, that sounds really interesting.
It is.
I thought you were like getting ready to stick a balloon to it or something.
No.
You know?
But yeah, you take real wool.
Yeah.
It's dyed different colors. You've got the silk scarf. You get both of them wet. So it's felting,
Okay.
which is working with the wool. So this is wet felting. And it just, as you keep rubbing and rubbing and rubbing, the fibers of the wool blend with the fibers of the silk and attach itself, and then it never comes apart.
Okay, I probably need, I'm going to have to see this for myself, mainly because I think the show would really have a touch of class if I had one of those Nuno.
Oh, absolutely.
What was it?
N-U-N-O.
Nuno felted scarves.
I've got one at home. I'll take, because I took this class last time this instructor did it. I'll bring it for you next program.
Yeah. I feel like I should start. I feel like I should start the show with the scarf. That's what the show is missing. It's just a nice scarf.
Exactly. Be a good accessory, match your eyes.
I like that.
There
That's
you
a good
go.
idea.
We also have a dry felting class where they're going to make little animals.
Okay.
So like little sheeps and little piggies and whatnot. So you get to make a little animal dry felting. So similar concept, different technique. Pumpkin centerpieces, and again, I had to bring my cheat sheet. Yeah, pumpkin centerpieces. We've got a holiday floral arranging that Eastern View FFA Club is going to teach. The pumpkin centerpieces, I believe, is with Wallum Gardens.
Okay.
I hope I pronounced that right.
I think that's right.
Okay. Salsa dancing. I know, salsa dancing. We've got several basket weaving classes coming up, which is always fun. Meditation classes, new Tai Chi instructor, dog obedience, horseback riding. We've got the pony riding for the 4 to 6 year olds, beginner rider for 7 and up, and then a horsemanship class. This is really good for those people that their kid says, I want a horse, I want a horse, I want a horse. The horsemanship class teaches them what goes into having a horse. How to halter them, how to groom them, how to clean out their hooves, how to muck the stall out. All of the work that goes into having a horse.
I like using the lingo. I think you may have done this before.
Just a little bit.
Just a tad.
I like doing these classes, because I don't have to have the horse, but I still get my horse fix.
It's like having grandkids, you know?
Exactly. I like being the cool aunt. I spoil my nieces and nephews. They start screaming or smelling, I give them back. So horseback riding. So yeah, we've got a lot of great programs. There's others that I didn't mention. Then Holly, she'll be discussing some programs she's working on. So it's going to be a hopping fall, and we're, like I said last time, we're already planning winter and spring of next year.
I know it. But right now, I think your focus is solely on Christmas at this point. Because
You know me.
Look at your face lighten up. It's amazing. So as we ran down some of these offerings for the Culpeper community, I'll never forget the first time years ago when I opened up, the quarterly, and I saw the insert for Culpeper County Parks and Recreation. And I was immediately floored with how many offerings that there are. Now, these are the ones that we spoke of are just really a small segment.
Correct. Plus, that's the ones that made print. There's been additional activities added that didn't make print. So, yes, the quarterly is going out. The hard copy is fabulous. Definitely go to our website, click on the activities icon, because there's more activities online that are not in the print copy.
Yeah. So with the website, with the website, which is currently on the screen, we've talked about it before, but I want to mention it again. The obviously you'll be able to find so many different offerings, but we also have the opportunity to be alerted when something comes up, when your class is ready.
Yep.
If you're interested in something, you have that opportunity, and you can get reminded of when something comes up, when something is being offered. It's a really unique offering. Yeah.
And then also, if you've got a skill to share, we're always looking for instructors. So the magic of TV, how to make your own videos.
I'll have Nicole teach that one.
Nicole would be fabulous.
I'll do Talking 305.
Okay, that works. Someone who can do basic automotive stuff. How to change your tire. How many people actually know how to change their tire these days?
I think I do, but...
So, I'm married to a mechanic, so he made sure I knew how. Even though the one time I was going to change, he was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure? I can be right there." Fine, just come. So, which I was grateful for.
The husbands love to help, what can I say?
Yes.
And it is fantastic, all the additional offerings. And you make a great point. If you don't see a class that you want to take part in,
let us know.
Contact. And then if you have a skill that you want to share.
Absolutely.
And we talked about, it's really, you'd be surprised how many people want to learn what you know.
Exactly.
It's incredible.
Crocheting, knitting, woodworking, underwater basket weaving. I don't know, all the different things that are out there, the different skills, computer programming, how to build your own website, anything and everything. And granted, we love our volunteers, but we don't expect everybody to volunteer. So an instructor can be a paid position. Granted, you're not going to make the mortgage payment working for Parks and Rec, but you can get a couple extra lattes, a little bit of extra Christmas money, something like that. So, yeah, you know me, Christmas.
You got it in there.
Exactly.
Well, it's a great opportunity to give back to your community. Find, you may find a new passion being a teacher.
Exactly.
Who knows?
And sharing your skills with other people, it's just so rewarding.
It really is.
Because one, it makes you feel good because you know how to do something, but then seeing other people develop that passion for what you enjoy doing, it's just really fun. So. Well,
Tabitha, I'm excited for the offerings coming down the line. I'm excited with all the great work that you have been doing. We have some more to talk about.
Yes.
We have some big upcoming events. But first, we have been hyping up a new employee.
Yes.
And I want to meet her terribly.
Yes.
So if we could take a quick break.
Certainly.
And let's hear about our newest hire at Culpeper County Parks and Recreation.
All right, she's fabulous.
Well, folks, please welcome to not only Culpeper County Parks and Recreation, but the studios, Miss Holly Binkert. Holly, what a pleasure to meet you.
Hi, good to meet you. Good to be here.
So, Holly, do me a favor. First off, how in the world did you come to be here at Culpeper County Parks and Rec?
Well, I've lived in Culpeper the last 7 years. I'm originally Pittsburgh native.
Pittsburgh. Interview's over. Got to go.
Grew up a Penguins fan, watched hockey with my dad, so sorry Caps fans. It is what it is. But moved down here 7 years ago. The last 2 years I've worked part-time for Parks and Rec, park monitor. I did some stuff with covering adult sports and things like that. I've taught special ed the last 7 years in Culpeper, and I made the switch on July 1st.
Well, welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Now you have an interesting background, which I'm assuming is going to serve you very well. As what are some of your responsibilities working with Culpeper with Parks and Rec now?
So I'm going to be managing our new Fieldhouse. So I'm super excited about that.
Yes.
I was just over there a few minutes ago meeting with someone, so it's coming along really well. We're hoping by beginning of November we'll be up and moving. So I'll be managing that, and then I'm also the liaison between the youth leagues in our county. So managing the complex, I'll be out and about, taking a look, watching games, and it's a cool job. So super
It sounds
excited.
awesome, and it also sounds like you're going to be extremely busy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a tad. Well, when you mentioned all the youth leagues, I was like, oh, she's in trouble.
Yeah.
There's a lot coming your way.
There is.
But it's amazing what is coming, not only your way, but also for the community as well. When we talk about the Fieldhouse, we're so very close. Can you kind of give us an idea of, I guess, kind of like what a day-to-day is going to be like at the Fieldhouse?
So day to day, let me explain what the Fieldhouse is going to look like first of all. So,
I like that. Let's start there.
So we've got a high school-sized basketball gym. There's going to be 6 basketball hoops. It's going to be set up for volleyball, pickleball as well. That's the new coming craze, so we're excited about that. There's also going to be pickleball courts coming to Mountain Run Lake outside, so we're going to have that as well available. So back to the Fieldhouse, that's going to be the gym. We're going to look to have a variety of different sports there every day. We've got a divider that can go down the middle of the gym so we can do more than one thing at once. And then we're going to have 3 classrooms available for different classes, private rentals, different things like that. And then last thing we're going to have is a yoga fitness studio. I was just over there. The floor's looking great. We're going to do some tumbling, dance classes, all that stuff. So there's a ton of good stuff coming.
There is, and there's a lot of offerings. How in the world are you going to be able to schedule all these events?
Well, it's going to be a full schedule, so it's going to be a learn as we go, but I'm excited to be able to bring a ton of sports back because the last 2 years we really haven't had too much. Just the pandemic closing everything down, it's hard to get spaces, it was hard to get people back out, so now that we can get youth sports in, adult sports in, we're excited because we're going to have tons of different things. We're going to have basketball a lot. We're going to have volleyball, pickleball. We're going to have things even like dodgeball. If you're around my age, we played things like mat ball in high school and things like that. That we're going to try to do some specialty nights. Spike ball. We've got futsal goals coming in soon. So lots of things coming in. So
you genuinely, I can almost, your excitement is palpable. And it's got to be an interesting, you come in, you've worked with Culpeper County Parks and Rec before, and you come in and get a full-time position for a brand new facility. It's got to be seeming a little daunting maybe, but also extremely exciting, I feel.
It is daunting just because, we're opening a new building. This has never been a thing in Culpeper County. So while it is daunting, it's nice because I've talked to so many people, I've met so many new people, and the more you talk to the people in the community, the more you find out that, hey, I know this person, hey, I know this person, and we find new instructors, and we've got new ideas for sports, and so it's been a great even month getting ready for this, so I'm excited for it.
Well, we were talking about all the offerings that the Fieldhouse and the Culpeper County Sports Complex has to offer, and I believe in a past episode, we were talking about the possibility of adding a therapeutic session as well. We didn't mention it in a list of things, but is that, I guess a little birdie told me, whispered in my ear, is that something that's possible or that might happen in the future?
Yeah, so my background in special education is pretty deep. I've been in different settings. I've worked in a psych hospital for children. I've worked in an autism day school, public school. I've been in different settings, elementary, middle school, students with autism, emotional disabilities, multiple disabilities. So I've worked a lot with this population, and it's a thing near and dear to my heart. So we just had a town meeting the other night to discuss needs, and I'm really still looking for that input. So anybody who this reaches out to, I want to hear from you. My contact information will be on the screen, so please give me a call, give me an email about anything therapeutic rec that you'd like to see. So therapeutic rec is basically recreation that helps to target different skills, such as social skills, life skills, communication skills, and the possibilities are endless.
Okay, it really is amazing. I had a friend who did something like this for the school systems, but can you kind of give us maybe 1 or 2 examples? Because not everybody really thinks about it. I'm going to give one example if that's okay. Mm-hmm. So they were doing a baseball toss for the special games, and he had a couple of disabled individuals who were unable to physically throw the ball. So he built something, it's like a catapult system that they latch onto, they pull back and release. That's one example. Can you give me like something that, because not everybody has the opportunity to work with these individuals.
Yeah.
But I want them to kind of understand what it can be like.
Yeah, so we've got so many programs we already do, and we can adapt, I would say 90% of those programs to be able to be done by different types of group of people. There's so many different types of abilities and needs that we want to work with, whether it's the deaf community, the blind community, whether somebody in your family has autism or some kind of other syndrome. Maybe they just have a communication deficit. There's so many things in athletics. Having a little bit more structure helps. Working with something called AAC, which I'll talk about a little bit more in a second, to help with communication. And so things like intro to a fishing class, love to do that. Looking at archery, looking at pickleball classes. And this can be done whether you've got a physical disability, whether you have communication deficits, maybe you just have some extra needs that we need to work with to make sure that you get the leisurely recreation that Parks and Rec mission is. Because our team, that's our mission, is to provide leisure service and to better the lives of our community. Well, right now we're missing that population. So
Indeed, it's everyone in the community.
Yeah.
So if someone is watching and they are interested in, maybe they have someone with different abilities, they want to reach out to you, again, your information on the screen. And it's basically what we were talking about with Tabitha earlier is if there's a need in the community, you have to let us know so that Parks and Rec can fill that need.
Yes, I mean, please reach out. Please give me a call, give me an email. I don't mind my voicemail being full with with input. I really want that. So please reach out to me. Let me know what you all need. If you let me know what you need, we can make it happen. The one thing we really want our Fieldhouse to be, and our entire complex, is to be inclusive. If people need things to be able to access different activities, we want to be able to provide that. But we do need to know what those things are in advance so that we're able to provide that and best meet the needs.
Well, one of the things I like to do, I like to make sure that folks have your extension. The phone number is 540-727-3412. What's your extension now?
My extension is 8.
8.
Yeah.
All right, got to make sure. Okay, so as we talk about the offerings of the Fieldhouse now and in the future, there's a lot coming down the pipe. And we talked about, folks getting in touch with you to see what that need is. But if folks are interested in what's coming down for the Fieldhouse, to schedule events, maybe volunteering, or maybe even donations, I mean, do we want to talk to them? Do they want to have to speak with you? English is not my forte, apparently.
It's okay.
But if individuals are looking to help out, sponsor, or get additional information about the Fieldhouse, do they reach out to you? Where would you send them?
Well, so I'm over athletics. I'm not the guru with the arts and music side. We've got someone else who I will direct those things to, but I'd still love to have those, especially with our therapeutic program, because our team is working together to really create that in all areas. So feel free to contact me. I'll put you in contact with the right person. But if you want to volunteer, we love our volunteers. We try to take the best care of them, because without them, we're a pretty small department, so we need them to make things work. So, and if you'd like to instruct something, reach out. If you know things, share that with people. So reach out, let us know. And then one thing I did want to mention, I talked about AAC before. Yes. We have put out that opening in fall 22. We have a low-tech AAC board going in at the Bright Spot Playground.
And when you say AAC, what does that stand for again?
So AAC is an alternative communication system.
Okay.
So anybody with some kind of communication deficit, maybe even a young child that hasn't learned to talk yet, maybe they have got some language delays, or a lot of syndromes or disabilities, they may have some issues, people that may be nonverbal. There's a thing called low-tech AAC and high-tech AAC. So low-tech is there's no technology associated with it. So you may see something, it's called a PEX book. It's just picture exchange. So if you would like to get a toy or something. You would go in your textbook, you'd give it to the person, and then they would get you that toy. That's your communication, learning that I have to go to this person and I use a picture to exchange what I want. There's also high-tech AAC. We've got, this day and age, we've got iPads, we've got things called Dynavoxes where you can push a certain button and it will talk for you. And if you've got a thought, and so many kids I've worked with, they've got so much to say, and once you unlock that, it's just their personality comes out. Yeah. So a lot of times in a playground, kids are not taking their high-tech devices out there. It might get broken, might get lost, might get stolen. So a lot of times that doesn't make it out there. So what we are doing here is we're putting a 7.5 by 5 foot sign. So it's going to be big. Yeah. And it's called a core bore. So kids or adults or anybody with communication needs, they can go up to that board and touch the thing they want. So,
and that's going to be a bright spot.
Yes.
That is a unique addition to that already fantastic spot.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yes. So donations you spoke about before, this was part of a donation from Ardent Mills. So we're really thankful for them to be able to bring that. So we're excited to unveil it soon. I'm
really excited how excited you are to find, or actually to better serve an additional segment of the population. I mean, we're talking about coming from Pittsburgh. It's okay. We talked about being a Penguins fan. We'll discuss that later on. But your background is really very well suited for this position. And I mean, obviously, I think everybody can see how excited you are and all the changes that are already happening in order to bring services to another segment of the population.
Yes.
So you're ready to rock, aren't you?
We're moving along.
Well, speaking of moving along, as we get towards the opening of the new Fieldhouse, we're really right around the corner. Hopefully very soon. If not, I mean, we're really talking fall. Yes. But again, that is right around the corner. We are going to, hopefully you and I will talk at length down the road regarding the Fieldhouse, the offerings. But I know one of the things that I have been asked about that I wanted to pass along to you is when the facility opens up, how is it going to work? Is it going to be like drop-in membership, or explain to me how that will work? So we'll have a drop-in option as well as a membership option. Oh, okay, so for the gym, so anything we've got scheduled, there's going to be a monthly schedule that we're going to change around every month. So we're going to take a look at the sports that we find are really being utilized, and then continue to switch things up just so it never gets stale. So take a look at the schedule. If you want to do a $5 drop-in, you come on in, you play whatever sport we're playing, whatever's going on, and you play for $5. If you'd like, you can get an individual, a family, or a senior membership, whatever suits you. We've got monthly, 6-month, or 12-month options, and they're going to be very reasonable. So we're excited to offer that to the community. And if you've got yourself a membership, you'll get a card. You'll come in, you'll scan your card, and then whatever's going on, as long as it's for your age group at that time, you'll be able to jump in and play right along. So I'm excited to be able to see so much more activity going on. You may have kids and adults that are coming in every day playing new sports. So we're excited. I can tell. I know the community is excited. It's obvious that you guys, I've said it before, nothing in this life is achieved without passion. It is amazing to me every single time we speak with somebody from Parks and Rec, including yourself, that passion that you bring towards service of the community. It really shines, and it makes a difference in everything you guys do. Now, Holly, again, I want to welcome you to Parks and Rec, formally in front of a camera. I know you've been here a little bit. I know you're seemingly enjoying it just a tad. Oh, yeah. Just a smidge. Love it. Now, is there anything maybe that we haven't spoken about today that you want to make sure the public knows about before we send you back to work? I don't know. I don't know if I can call it work at this point because it's been awesome. But as far as athletics goes, we're really looking into bringing in some really cool tournaments. We've been working on, we've been hosting a lot of rugby tournaments, and that community has been so great to work with. Those players are so hardcore. They're hard athletes, but by the end of the game, they're all
patting each other's
Yeah.
back, and they don't care who's on what team. So it's been cool to work with rugby. We've had a lacrosse state championship here a few weeks ago, and we're having the Little League States in 2023 and 24. So we've got a softball year and a baseball year. So we're looking at a busy few years at the complex.
You are definitely going to be a busy woman for a few years to come.
Yes.
Holly, again, what a pleasure to meet you. Looking forward to talking with you again as we get closer to the opening of the Fieldhouse.
Thanks.
Well, we welcome back Tabitha. Tabitha, it was great to catch up with Holly. Excited to see the great work that you all will be doing with this new edition, in particular at the Fieldhouse.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be exciting.
I am excited, genuinely excited. There's a lot going on. And in speaking of things going on and things that are getting ready to happen, before we go today, I wanted to talk a little bit about with you about some of your upcoming events, kind of your special events upcoming.
So we've got 2 big special events coming up, and then others that are in the planning phase. So the first one, 15th annual Culpeper Cycling Century and Tour.
Wait, 15th annual?
15th annual.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yes. The bicycle ride, it's a fabulous event. It's just a whole lot of logistics.
I can imagine.
So, and partnerships, lots of partnerships. So, again, 15th annual, we will be starting and stopping out at the Fieldhouse Culpeper Sports Complex, Eastern View High School area. Right now, we are planning on using Eastern View High School for our check-in, check-out. If the Fieldhouse is open by October 1st and available for usage, we'll actually move everything there, which is from here to there. So
It's a short drive.
It's a short drive. No big issue for the participants. But that's on October 1st of this year. Registration is still open. People still have until Labor Day to get their event t-shirt. So if they want the shirt, definitely register early.
Do you have to get the shirt?
Have to get the shirt. The shirts are very nice, long sleeve, lightweight, awesome logo. Actually has 15th anniversary, so it's a commemorative shirt.
Ooh.
It's not just an event shirt; it's commemorative.
I do love a commemorative shirt.
Yes.
I don't have many of those.
Okay, well we'll see what we can do. And so we are working with the schools for using the facility for start and stop. Rest stops. We've got 3 different rest stops we're using. Novum Baptist Church is letting us use their parking lot area, no charge. Rapidan Volunteer Fire Department, again, we're using their parking lot area, no charge. And Remington Baptist Church. They've got a nice pavilion out back with picnic tables that we'll be using for a rest stop. We'll have 2 water stops along the way for the cyclists. Cyclists can choose between 30 miles, 60 miles, or 100.
Okay.
So depending on what your skill level is, what your endurance level is, what your time constraints are. Some people may normally do a century, but they've got other stuff to do that day, so they just want to get in a quick 30-mile ride. I know, they say that, and I'm like, yeah.
It's just quick 30 miles. Yeah, nothing.
Last time I was on a bicycle was in college.
Last time I was on a bike, I fell off of it.
I think I did too. So, but it's a great event. We've got several sponsors already confirmed for this event. So Clark and Walker, attorneys at law, Jane and Charlie Barrell, Elliot DeJarnett, and Gayhart and Willis PC are helping to support this event. We've got a volunteer working on designing jerseys for us. So it's coming together.
So again, October 1st, you have to sign up before Labor Day to get the
event
t-shirt,
shirt.
the event shirt.
If you sign up after Labor Day, you can still register. You're just not going to get the shirt.
Okay.
And there is a $5 price increase because we are trying to get people to sign up ahead of time.
I understand.
CulpeperCyclingCentury.com.
Thank you.
Is the dedicated event website for this event. And all the details are on there. Cue sheets are already posted, so those are the turn-by-turn directions. So people can go ahead and, okay, which course do I want to do? 30-mile course is fairly flat, few rolling hills. 60-mile course has a few more hills for some challenge. The 100-mile course, you're definitely going to feel it. So we've got about 5,000 feet of elevation change on the 100-mile course, which is a decent course.
Yeah.
So, but rest stops sporadic, couple water stops. So there's plenty of support. We've got support. It's called SAG vehicles, support and gear. Vehicles will be on the course patrolling, making sure everybody's okay. If anybody needs a ride, broken down, bicycle or whatever, we'll have staff out there to help them. So it's a really fun event, and all the funds go to the Culpeper Recreation Foundation, which go back into supporting recreational facilities and amenities for the community.
Community helping the community. I absolutely love it. So again, culpepercyclingcentury.com. Pretty much all the information that you want is there. Is there also the availability to volunteer through that website?
It's not, yes. There is a link on that website. I had to think about it because we do volunteers else on a different page, but the link will get you to that page. So yes, we've got, we need volunteers for registration, and we've already got our rest stops covered. Again, partnerships. The Eastern View High School and Culpeper County High School FFA clubs and the FCCLA clubs are covering our rest stops, and Culpeper Middle School also is helping out. So we've got all that covered. But
30, 60, 100, doesn't matter. It's going to be a great time in Culpeper.
Exactly. So.
All right, so culpepercyclingcentury.com. A lot of information there. Anything else coming up that we want to folks know
Moonlight
about?
Halloween candy hunt.
Oh, that's always a winner.
Oh, yes.
When's that going to be?
So that is Friday, October 21st.
Okay.
Gates open at 6 o'clock. We're going to have vendors with activities and whatnot going on. Possibly, I'm working with the library about possibly doing some ghost stories.
Scary, spooky.
We'll have a movie going on the side area so kids can watch a movie while we're waiting for everything to get started. But gates open at 6 o'clock. We will start lining up for the costume contest at about 7:40, 7:45. Ages 2 to 5, 6 to 8, 9 to 12. And so costume contest, they get to parade around. Everybody gets to see their costume. Volunteer judges will choose the best costume for each age group. They get prizes. And then after the costume contest, each age group has their own field to go hunt for candy by flashlight.
Smart idea.
So the 2 and 3-year-olds and the 4 and 5-year-olds will be broken out. And then 6 to 8 and 9 to 12 will be on the football fields at the sports complex. So all this does take place at the Culpeper Sports Complex, Friday, October 21st. Gates open at 6. And lots of activities. If there is an organization out there that wants to set up a booth, just contact us, let us know. If the organization does an activity for the kids, it's no charge for the booth space. If it's Pampered Chef or anybody else that wants to set up and sell stuff or just have a booth space, then it's a $10 booth charge.
All right.
So, but that's going to be a really fun event. I need volunteer judges.
Hey, okay. So again, if I wanted to volunteer, maybe be a judge, help out, how would I get in contact again? Could you run it down for us one more time?
So you can either email us and we'll send you the link. So parks@culpepercounty.gov. Give us a phone call at 540-727-3412. April Coffey, our office manager, is managing all our volunteers, so she's at extension 4. So,
but your extension?
I'm at extension 5.
Okay.
So you can talk to anybody in the office. We can all help you.
I just want everyone to give you a hard time. Really.
Oh, that's fine. That's what I'm here for. I'm a public servant. So, but yeah, give us a call, email us. We also have all of our volunteer postings at letsvolunteer.org.
Okay.
So that is a outside website that we post all of our volunteer stuff off. And it helps us track volunteers and hours and do all that recognition stuff.
Well, hopefully we can get a few individuals who care about Culpeper and want to help you guys out.
Oh, absolutely. For our Easter egg hunt, we had some great volunteers. So
volunteers are the heartbeat of many organizations,
very
if
much
not
so.
every organization.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, so Tabitha, before we finish up today, one of the things we always like to make sure folks are aware of and their availability are the facilities rentals. There are a number of facilities available for rent through
Correct.
Culpeper County Parks and Recreation. Obviously, Mountain Run Lake Park has now joined the fray.
Correct.
And I think there's quite a few pavilions out there.
There's 4 shelters
Four
at
shelters.
Mountain Run Lake Park. So the difference between a pavilion and a shelter, pavilion has indoor space, shelter does not. Technical Parks and Rec term.
I love technical terms.
But yeah, so Mountain Run Lake Park has 4 shelters. Seats anywhere. The smallest has 1 picnic table, so it'll has 2 picnic tables, excuse me. So it'll seat anywhere between 12 and 16 people. The largest picnic table the largest shelter has 10 or 12 picnic tables, so that'll seat upwards of about 60 people. So 4 different options, different locations in the park, close to the restrooms, closer to the lake. Spillman Park has a picnic shelter, will seat 60 to 80. It's got 10 6 to 8 person picnic tables. And then Lynn Park has a picnic pavilion. So it has the indoor space, which has
a warming kitchen.
So
That's a technical term.
Correct. There's no stove, so you can't go there and cook. But we do have a microwave, coffee pot, refrigerator, plenty of counter space, outlets for crock pots and whatnot. Indoor space for seating, tables, chairs. Outdoor shelter portion also will seat 60 to 80, 10 6 to 8 person picnic tables.
All right.
So you can go to our website, culpeperrecreation.com, click on the reservations icon, read that page for directions on what you need to do. There's a link to take you to page to check availability and actually process the reservation request, or simply stop by the office or give us a call. We do have to have a form filled out, so whether you do it online or you come in person. So if you call us, we're only going to be able to give you availability as of that very moment. So.
Right. I love the online availability, but I also love the fact of coming in and saying hello.
Absolutely. We love seeing our customers.
All right, Tabitha, we've talked about a lot today. And again, use the information on your screen to learn more. We've got the quarterly coming out. Again, I will never leave a program without talking about the amazing partnerships that Culpeper County Parks and Recreation has with our community. We had just talked about a number of FCCLA, Easterview High School, the organizations donating their parking spaces for the Culpeper Cycling Century, Willem Gardens, the Culpeper Recreation Foundation working with all these other organizations. It's amazing.
Right.
I don't like using the word, but it's a perfect word. The synergy of all these organizations working for the Culpeper community.
It helps us to be able to do what we do to serve the community.
Yeah.
So,
And you do a fantastic job at it.
thank you.
Well, Tabitha, it was great catching up with you. It was great to meet Holly today.
Yes.
I'm excited to see what's coming down the line for Culpeper County Parks and Recreation.
She's going to have a lot coming down the line.
Yeah,
so.
she's in big trouble. She's in big trouble.
Yep.
Well, again, we also want to thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Recreation Rundown. It's our pleasure to let you know all that our Culpeper community has to offer. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, use the information, volunteer, teach, or just be a part of our Culpeper community. Until we see you next time, it's probably going to be an art class, maybe at the park, or one of the other magnificent offerings from Culpeper County Parks and Recreation. We hope you have a great day. And of course, a better tomorrow.